Hey guys, what's going on? So today we're going to talk about this. You've probably had your workout set in, so good, the plan's perfect and everything, but in the morning, or the day after, or the second day after, you're not feeling anything, right? Or you're not losing the weight that you want to lose from all this weight training, because everybody has been telling you that weight training is the next best thing to lose fat and gain lean mass. And that is 100% correct, but it's only if it's done correctly. Now this is what I'm going to say. You need to develop your own mind-to-body connection. And what that essentially means is you have to get the understanding of what each muscle feels like to flex, to contract, and to constantly take control of. If you don't have that connection, you're not going to see the right sorenesses that you want to see, you're not going to yield the results you want to see, and in the end of it, you're not going to be able to get as far as you typically could, as fast as you could especially. So, for those that are beginners in the gym, intermediates, or even advanced people that don't really understand how to get feeling and sensation in their muscle that you're trying to work, this is what I'm going to say. First off, you probably just have atrophy in the muscle, and you probably don't use it too much. So what it's doing is it's sleeping on the job. What you need to do, for instance, say you can't feel your bicep, or even more importantly, a lot of people have trouble with two things. Feeling their lats and feeling their ass. And I know, it sounds corny, but if you could squeeze your butt and squeeze your back together, then you're in pretty good standing. However, for those of you that don't understand that, let's go a little bit into depth about how you can do that. So pretty much, let's say you can't feel your butt squeezing in a squat, or you can't feel it when you're deadlifting, right? What you're going to need to do is start up with some isolated activities. So first off, you're going to have to stretch a muscle that's opposing to that. So on the flip side of your ass is your hips. So ideally, your hips would need to be loosened up so that they don't restrict any motion from your butt squeezing. After that, you'd have to do something like a glute bridge or even like a butt blaster machine. And I know my gym has that. Your gym might not have a butt blaster, but I'm sure as hell that you guys have something that works the glutes. And if you work at it enough and you isolate the machine enough to the point where you feel the contraction in the muscle, that's when you're going to start to see anything happening actually. Because if you're not moving a muscle and working the muscle and contracting it, then you're requiring no muscle tear first off for the people that are looking for development in that area. And for those that are trying to lose weight, you're not contracting a muscle, aka you're not moving blood to there, and it's not going to be using calories and energy in order to burn what you need to burn. So what I'm going to say is this, going back to what I started with, do something like a glute bridge. Do something like even a back extension. A lot of people have trouble with the back extension because they start feeling it all in their lower back, it starts cramping up, and it's awful. However, sorry, I got something in my eye, guys, and I don't want to stop this. When you're doing that, oh man, wow. When you're doing that, you want to make sure you're moving by nothing more than your butt squeezing as hard as you possibly can. For those doing those exercises and you're focused on moving it, if you're feeling it in the wrong area, it means you're not getting a mind-to-muscle connection the way you probably should. So what I'm going to say is, work at a very easy, basic, isolated movement that is meant intentionally for your muscle group that you are trying to focus on, and only that muscle group. That way, you could develop kind of a context and an understanding of what it even feels like to work the muscle. Once you've done that for an extended period of time, maybe like 5 weeks, 4 weeks, even longer honestly, depends on the person. I'll say that really quick too. It depends on the person. Some people can get that within 3 to 4 weeks. Some people take up to 8 or more weeks to get an understanding of what that feeling even feels like. But once you've gotten that ability to squeeze, contract, and use that muscle, then you're going to be able to apply it to your workout. And your workouts are not only going to be better, they're going to be more well balanced, and you're not going to have nagging pains in certain areas. I know a lot of people, when they squat, they have an over-dominance in their quads, their glutes don't fire. So what happens, their knees get placed under a lot of tension, and then squats are bad for your knees. I've dug into that before. You can go and look at our videos, and you'll see squats are not bad for your knees. However, you have other people, when they do lat pull downs, they say it hurts their shoulders, it nags at their neck, and it nags at their biceps, and they can't seem to do it. Well, that's because you didn't build a mind-to-body connection with your lat. You don't understand how your lat contracts and how to squeeze it down when you're doing your exercise. So if you're not getting that working, then clearly the lat pull down is not going to work, because it no longer is a lat pull down, it's a shoulder and bicep pull down, and that's just a tragedy waiting to happen. So what you need to do, go on Google, we have the internet to our disposal, and I want you to look up exercises for your muscle, right? I want you to look up an exercise for your muscle that you cannot seem to get a squeeze on. And I want you to find an exercise and work at that for 4 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks. And before you go back to your complex movements, you got to get an understanding of how that muscle works, how it's contracting, and how it feels to use it on both ends. For instance, some people when they're bicep curling, they'll squeeze it in and then they'll just let it out. And as you saw there, my bicep loosened up. When you're doing a bicep curl to get the most out of it, you want to squeeze it in and squeeze it out, and you want to feel it elongate so that you're always using that muscle. Otherwise, something else is going to kick in because the weight's not just going to fly out because your bicep's gone. Something else in the whole entire link's going to take control for it. So what you need to do is focus on the upward, the contracting motion, and the downward, the lengthening motion of everything. And get really familiar with that, with every single muscle you have in your body. I promise that this tip alone will save your workouts in the gym. You'll see way more results. You'll feel way more sore. And honestly, guys, for those that are looking to gain weight, or even those who are looking to lose weight, you're going to get to your goal a lot quicker because you're actually using what you need to use in order to get to your goal dependent on your structure of your workouts. So I hope this helps. If it did, please share it. Just send it all around to your family, your friends, whoever doesn't have that burn at the end of their workouts, whoever's not feeling their workouts and they're getting really pain in all these different areas. Let's spread the word about mind-to-body connection because I don't think you understand the importance of a mind-to-body connection until you finally have it. And once you have it, you're not going to lose it unless you're just lazy and you don't go to the gym for 10, 20 years and you're like, oh shit, how does it feel to do this? But I hope that doesn't happen to you because we all know how important fitness is. Anyways, guys, have a lovely day. I hope everyone had an awesome Thanksgiving and take it easy.